Greetings YouTube, Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness. This is episode number 97. As you can see, we have a bunch of Pokemon that are ready to be purified, Golduck and Raticate. And the first thing we want to do here in this room is open up this chest to get a couple of max ethers. You're going to want to be careful of the blue areas on the floor. They're glowing and enticing, but if you step on them, you will fall to the floor below, as I will show you here. You'll fall down into the crane room, and as you can see, this is going to be your opportunity to grab that item that is kind of off by itself that you can't actually ride the cranes over to. So we didn't fall down the right one, so we're going to be doing that next. There also is at least one trainer up in that room above that we have not fought yet, and I believe that's the one that has two Shadow Pokemon, so yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on that, and hopefully getting that done in this episode as well. We should get right up until the next boss battle in this episode, and I'll probably cut it off there depending on how long the battle takes. Anywho, the blue area that we're looking for is this one right here. Once you step on it, it will drop you right down to where the item is, and you can pick up a Max Revive, which can be exceptionally useful, and it could also just be completely unnecessary, so that's your call if you want to grab that. I like Max Revive. They are useful in the final battle because it saves you an extra turn of having to heal up your Pokemon after reviving them, but it's up to you if you want to do it or not. If you're not planning on doing the final battle or the final areas all at once and capturing all the Shadow Pokemon on the first run, then I wouldn't really worry about it. But if you are, I suggest you pick up that Max Revive because you can never have enough healing items. Alright, so we don't have to worry about collecting any more items with these blue areas on the floor, so we're just going to be avoiding them now. And there should be... oh, there's another item chest over here. Full heal, 4 of them. That actually comes in handy. We will be needing full heals, and here's the trainer battle. Kaya! You're never getting by me. I'll be yelled at if I don't stop you. Alright. Cypher Peon. I almost said Pedon. Peon Leadin, or Ledin, however you want to say that. As usual, Stantler and Exploud are the starting Pokemon. Both are pure normal types. Stantler does have the Intimidate ability, so try not to bring a Pokemon that relies on physical attack here, or just deal with the Intimidate, or the stat lowering, whatever you want to do. Alright, so both these Pokemon are at level 41. And Zaprong's not going to be affected by that Intimidate so much because he only has special attacks. Crobat, however, is going to be hindered a little bit, so I'm going to keep him out on the field just to see how much damage he can do. That's not too bad. It probably would have taken Exploud down to half health had he not had his attack lower, but we're still able to get rid of Exploud on the first turn, which is good. Alright, so Exploud is definitely the more dangerous of the two of them because Exploud's attack is much higher. Alright, so this trainer is going to have 2 Shadow Pokemon, the first of which is one of my favorite all-time Pokemon, Scyther. Bug and Flying type. It does have a 4 times weakness to Rock moves, so stay away from Rock moves. If you hit it with one, it's going to knock it out in one hit. So don't do that, it's not worth it. Now, the one problem with Scyther here is that you need to trade him with a metal coat in order to evolve him into Scizor, and you can't do that until after you beat the game, so you can't really add Scyther to your team unless you just want to deal with him being unevolved. The upside to that is that Scyther is perfectly capable of holding his own and being a good teammate, and a solid teammate as that by himself. He doesn't really need to be evolved into Scizor, so that part's okay. My team's already filled up though, so I'm not going to be using Scyther, but he is an interesting addition if you want to add him to your team. Alright, so Stantler went for a Hypnosis there, which kind of sucks because I kind of assumed it was going to miss considering its low accuracy, but that is not the case. Crobat is now asleep. So we're going to call Crobat to wake him up. We don't really have much else of a choice because otherwise he'll just stay asleep for quite a few turns. And with my luck, he'll be asleep for like, who knows, 5 turns, whatever the maximum is. I'm going to go for a Psychic with Zaprong on Scyther there. It doesn't do a lot of damage. He is confused, though, and he's just not hitting himself, and I don't know why. Why won't you hit yourself, Scyther? Damn you. Thankfully, he's going to go for a Shadow Mist there, which just lowers our evasiveness. I don't know why he's not attacking us, but that's his trainer's fault, not ours. Alright, Stantler is going to go for a Stomp on Electabuzz. And it doesn't do a whole lot of damage, even despite being a stab move. So that part's good. On this turn, we're going to get rid of Stantler finally. Don't want to risk getting put to sleep again, so... No, crap! Wing Attack missed. I forgot to use Sand Attack on me. I guess we're not getting rid of Stantler on this turn. We are, however, going to be paralyzing Scyther because of Scyther's quickness, he can be kind of difficult to capture and just annoying throughout the battle, especially if your Pokemon are around level 40 at this point, not well over it like mine are. Chances are he's going to be faster than you, and this can get sticky very fast. So, with him paralyzed, that'll make him the slowest Pokemon on the team. Zaprong's now awakened after getting hit by yet another Hypnosis, but finally Crobat connects with a Wing Attack and Stantler goes down. It feels like he was just on the field for way too long. Alright, so the last Pokemon in this battle is going to be Chansey, and it's also a Shadow Pokemon. Chansey's from the Kanto region as well, much like Scyther, and it is a pure normal type. It has some quirks to it though. It has probably one of the highest special defense stats in the entire game. If you hit it with anything that's a special attack, it's probably going to do almost no damage. The other thing is, Chansey also has one of the highest HP stats in the game. And I'm talking, it's ridiculous how much HP this thing has. So that combined with this high special defense, you're not going to be able to really do any damage, really at all, by using those moves. However, Chansey's attack and physical defense, there we go, making sure I'm getting that right. His physical attack and physical defense are just deplorable, like disgustingly deplorable, to the point where they can be in the teens at this point, or 20s, and it's disgustingly low. So if you hit it with a physical attack, it would not be uncommon for Chansey to just get knocked down in one hit, regardless of what the move is. So you're going to want to be careful. I do suggest maybe trying to burn it or poison it, because you might have a better time weakening it that way. Also, if you confuse it, it's not going to do a lot of damage to itself because its attack is so low. So when it's attacking itself, it's not really going to do anything. As you can see, Giga Drain from Crobat looks like it did just about nothing. So you'd have to rely on pretty much critical hits or just hitting Chansey over and over and over and over again with special attacks. As you can see, I mean, it's been hit, what, like 4 times? And it's still very much so in the green. As for Scyther, I didn't even mention that, but we were able to capture him in a net ball, pretty much uncontested there. And that's just because net balls have the 3 times effectiveness on bug-type Pokemon, so we had a little bit of an advantage there. He was also paralyzed, so yeah, Scyther is ours. Alright, back to Chansey here. We finally have it down into the yellow zone, and I probably should paralyze it. That would be the best thing to do. And as for stupid Sand Attack, Giga Drain missed. Crap. Alright, so as for Crobat, the only move that I can really use on Chansey at this point is Giga Drain, because Wing Attack's going to knock it out very easily, and Shadow Ball doesn't affect it because it's a normal type. But, oh well, I'm running out of PP for Giga Drain. I think I only have 1 left. Shadow Hold, so that's going to prevent us from switching, although I wasn't really planning on switching out anyway. The other thing I wanted to mention about Chansey is that you can, in fact, evolve it into Blissey pretty easily. It evolves in the same way that Golbat does. It's based on happiness. So if you still have the Luxury Ball at this point, I suggest trying to use it to capture Chansey, because that will just make it easier for Chansey to like you in the long run. So if you do want to evolve it, I recommend using that. If you don't care, like me, because I'm never going to allow Chansey to see the light of day outside of the PC box, once I capture it, I'm just going to keep throwing Ultra Balls at it. It can be kind of difficult to catch. Its catch rate is pretty low. And for those of you that played Red, Blue, and Yellow, and you remember seeing this thing in the Safari Zone, it was a pain in the ass to capture, and it would always run away, and it was so rare to find. And it almost got to the point where, like, once you saw one, you just wanted to punch it instead of catch it, and Yeah, I would get a little carried away with throwing rocks at its face, and it would get pissed and run off and all that stuff. Anyway, Chansey stayed in the ball finally there, so that does it for lead-in. Yeah, what happened? You lost, that's what happened, idiot. Alright. Alright, Sableye ready to be purified. Farfetch'd is ready to be purified. Awesome. Let's take up this elevator, and that's going to take us out of the building section of the Citydark Isle. So we're outside of the volcano again, up on the side of the mountain, and there's going to be a boss fight up here, but I'm going to save that for the next episode. So I'm probably going to get myself healed up, I assume. You can always go backwards for that. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and please stay tuned for episode number 98. Game on.